Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. And today we're going to be doing an overview of, well, right now we only have one sketch. Um, so it isn't like the previous videos where you had like a compilation of different sketches, but yeah. But it's okay. It's fine. It means one less video that's that long. But anyway, and maybe it's because this one's a bit more. It did not necessarily take longer, but maybe it's because it's a bit more fleshed out for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, here's what's funny. This whole sketch was actually based on a reference I found on Pinterest. It's technically, like you can tell, it's a creature design, a bio creature mecha design. It's basically a machine, but looks or has a lot of organic features. Think of the work of, I don't know, Milan Nikolic, Anthony Jones. They have like this sort of combination of creatures and mechs and something. It looks like a mix of both, or Nivan Chantar or something. So that was the reference photo, and you can tell that it was an inspiration. It's their version of an Evangelion mech. It's Ava 1, the purple one. So I did reference that. Which is funny because it's one of my favorite like mechas, or it's the Ava that I tend to draw or doodle just because it looks cool. And I like the anime. It looks really, really like aesthetically pleasing. Anyway, so in a way, which is funny, I actually had a harder time referencing that. Like, I felt like I had a harder time using that reference, and then the moment I stopped like relying on it too much, and then I just allowed myself to go back to my default Evangelion doodle kind of habits, it made this sketch a bit better. Maybe you will see it in the time-lapse video, but in the beginning was it was a struggle in a way of me trying to use that reference but not totally copy it. So I was trying to make my own version of that version of the Ava, but it was too much of a struggle. I noticed, but anyway, for this part of the face, I'm not too happy with it for some reason. It looks more like a mask, which is fine, but I really wanted to capture like the pointy thing in the Ava, which I don't think I was able to do well. I do like how the teeth were not shown, because oftentimes when you see the actual mech, the teeth are shown. So I do like this version in that it's kind of covered. So, but I just don't see the just like the Ava, right? I wanted to see like this part over here, the pointy chin. Like I don't really see it or feel it. Maybe it's because of the angle of this shot. Like you're seeing it almost in like a front view position, and for a time it kind of looked weird, almost like an elephant. Even right now it looks kind of like an elephant if you like zoom far away, right? And what made it worse was I did not add like these two things, and oh shit, like these two things. But the moment I added them, it kind of made it work, or I made it less look like elephant ears for some reason. Because in the reference photo of this Evangelion inspired mech, they had this kind of design as well, but it did not look like ears. It just looked like an Eva mech, but just a different version. I tried copying it or reinterpreting that, but it just looked kind of odd. So I think adding those two black things in the end, kind of like rings that maybe connect in the back. Because I think the Evangelion does have like a form of that ring somewhere. It kind of made it look a little better and more Evangelion-like to me. So very happy, but I do like this kind of sketch because it's like a charcoal sketch. Like when you think of charcoal, it's not always like a line drawing. It's mainly about the value, so it ends up looking more like a painting than say a drawing. So I do like this kind of look sometimes. This charcoal-esque look. It's very vibey. And yeah, so in a way, as much as it wasn't or it's not as detailed, but it's a good sketch. It has a nice range of values. And I think you can practice this a lot more if you just don't use color for some time, I think it's good to have sessions where you just focus on grayscale types of paintings, and I think you're gonna learn a lot more this way. And I also like how you could have left the white background as white, but I do like adding these things in the back, right? Where you add like a dark value to help make this white part stand out even more. I could have drawn like a simple line, right? And left everything in the background as white, but it's just nice to add this sort of thing in the back. It just helps push the drawing forward further, and it definitely adds a lot of contrast. And the thing about this sketch is, as much as the silhouette is kind of cool for me, it's not too complex. It's kind of simple, but I want to learn how to draw like mechanical sci-fi types of details. It is kind of hard to do actually with this brush, just because it's kind of charcoaly. The edge is kind of fuzzy in that way, so it's more of an artistic brush. I mean, all brushes are artistic, right? But you know what I mean? It's not too like graphic. It's not too hard edged. So I think I may have to use a different brush or just focus on like line drawings for a while. If I'm gonna focus on trying to learn like sci-fi types of details, like that, because there's a certain visual language when it comes to like sci-fi like themes. So I want to be able to learn how to do that. And just add more detail, right? I mean, learning the silhouettes are cool, the shapes, great, but the moment you have to like add details, I think it just you don't even have to add too much detail, just enough to really make it just a little bit more realistic. I think that's something to try for me anyway, and I think I'm gonna do that. In this series, in this playlist of art sessions. Coffee. It kind of reminds me of the sketch I did previously in past episodes of I believe I tried to study like an orc something, and I think I did a good job. I went for that charcoal look. It's a fun. I don't do it often, but I'm gonna have to. And I've noticed that I tend to vary up my styles or approach. It's not really a style, but because I like changing mediums. Maybe it's because I'm just not. It's not necessarily like it's not impatient, but I'm just very playful. Is that cope? Or I just like switching between different brushes. So, because sometimes I feel bored when I use the same brush over and over again. Sometimes I go back to a round brush just to get rid of the boredom. Or sometimes I use a very like, or sometimes I end up like making my own or a new brush just because I'm so bored, or I'm just procrastinating, which may be the case. But regardless of that, if it helps me keep drawing or sketching or painting anyway, then I don't think it's a bad thing. Do what works for you. For me, if it's switching between different mediums, going back to grayscale often, or maybe going back to color if I'm because sometimes I do start paintings with like one saturated color, like a red or a blue, just because it excites me. If that's how I start and that's how I get myself to start, then I should do that. And maybe there are days where I just don't feel like using color and I just want to use some black and white or grayscale values. If that's what I feel like doing and I know it's going to help me paint, then I'm going to do that. So I think it's good to, when you're trying to do your art thing, your art practice, build up your art habits, I think it's good to be aware of what gets you going. So don't be more observant, don't be in denial, don't do things the right way. I think this happens a lot with courses or more education folks. I mean, you can't help it because they have to give something that's a bit concrete, right? But I think sometimes that seeps in too much in create your own keyword own, meaning your own creative sort of way or process. Like when you keep following like a template, I think it's gonna get in the way of you finding your own like things that work for you, right? Maybe you work better at certain times. Maybe you're more of a night owl. Maybe you like working in the morning. Maybe if you can't even draw or paint every day, so maybe you're more of a weekend person, or maybe you do things most of your artwork in the beginning of the week, and then in the following days, maybe you do content. So that's where you, I don't know, you edit your videos or something. So it's good to just keep making art and keep experimenting, so you can find what works for you. And maybe your process, the way you do things, is gonna be messy, not gonna be standard in that sense. It's not gonna be like a clear cut kind of process. It does maybe change from week to week, from day to day. It doesn't matter. If the thing that's consistent is the fact that you're being consistent with making and doing the art, then to me, that's good. So focus on that. And yeah, I think more and more as I've been just focusing less on doing things the right way, I've actually been enjoying and making more art. So I think that's what we most want anyway as artists or as creatives, is to just make art and actually enjoy it and not have it feel like a chore or an assignment. So yeah, hopefully this episode helps you in some way, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.